So the Cavs evened it up, and the Lakers are finished as we start up a terrible Tuesday for you. The Cavs got it done, and we hit a ticket on the over. We barely got over that 212.5, but we did. We ended up going 3-2. We hit that Seattle Mariner under, and we hit the Avs win, but we lost that ticket on the under in the Avs game. They scored 4 goals in the third, so we ended up going 3-2. But as for the Cavs, they got it done 112-103. Spida tied NBA playoff mark with 39 points in the last 2 quarters. So in the second half, the guy went off. I mean, to tell you, the home teams won all 4 games in the series. They go to Detroit now for game 5 tomorrow night, Wednesday night. So Mitchell matched the mark of Sleepy Floyd with the free throw with 27 seconds left. He had a chance to break the record set in 87 when the Warriors faced the Lakers, but missed his second foul shot. Harden had his 40th playoff double-double, 24 and 11. So people keep talking about how this guy sucks and he keeps having big games. Both games in Cleveland, he went off. In the fourth quarter of game 3, he had 9. And then he had this huge double-double last night in game 4. Mobley had 17. The Cavs are unbeaten at home in 6 playoff games. LeVert had a season-high 24 for the Pistons. Cunningham 19. Bickerstaff bitched about the refs. Said there's no way one guy on their team should have more free throws than our entire team. And whatever. The Cavs were 10 of 12 from the field and made 3 3-pointers. They also converted 5 turnovers for the Pistons into 9 points in their 24-0 run. They went from basically the last 12 seconds of the first half to the first 6 minutes of the third. They trailed 56-52 at the half, and then they took over and started banging shots. The 24-0 run was the longest in an NBA playoff game since Minnesota scored 24 straight in Game 6 of its Western Conference semi against Denver in 24. Mitchell and Harden accounted for 49 apiece with their points scored and points off assists. Anyway, Cavs tie it up. They get it done, and we hit the over. As for LeBron, his 23rd season is over. The Thunder hold off the Lakers 115-110. Shai Gilgeous scored 35. Abe Lincoln made a tie-breaking dunk. Holmgren with 32 seconds left. The Thunder sweep the Lakers out of the second round, 115-110. A.J. Mitchell scored 10 of his 28 in the fourth quarter. As the Thunder overcame the Lakers' effort, they went for it all in, but they're 8-0 in the playoffs, the Thunder. They're the champs. Remember that. LeBron had 24 and 14 in the final game of his 23rd season for the top scorer in NBA history, but he missed a driving banker with 20 seconds left that would have put the Lakers ahead. He still hasn't decided on next year. He won't even talk about it. Austin Reeves had 27 before missing a tying 3 with 8 seconds left. LA lost 6 of its last 7 playoff games and fell short of the conference finals for the 3rd straight season. Oak City always gets it done. They went 8-0 against the Lakers this season. Holmgren's dunk with 2 minutes left put the Thunder up by 6. But Hachimura converted on a 4-point play. Smart drove the lane, hit a layup while being fouled in the final minute, and converted the 3-point play for a Lakers 110-109 lead. But Holmgren got the ball inside and triple pump for a dunk with 32 seconds left. James missed on his final drive. Then Reeves missed the shot. That's that. Luka Doncic missed the final 15 games of the season after the hamstring strain on April 2nd in Oklahoma City. So he never played, and that's that. Baseball. Cleveland 7-2 over the Angels in Cleveland. Joey Cantillo, Travis Bazzana got it done. Cantillo 6 scoreless innings, and Bazzana capped a 5-run third inning with a 2-run double for the Guardians. The Yankees were up the whole night 2-0, but they lose 3-2 Ryan, don't call me Carl Weathers with a no-hitter into the 7th. Then he gave up a single before Kobe Mayo hit a 3-run shot off Hedrick to lift the O's to the 3-2 win. Tampa 8-5 over Toronto. We lost that. We had the under 7.5. That ticket ripped. Rays win at 8-5. Aranda homers, drives in 3 runs. For the Rays, they lead the Yankees by 2 games in the East. Texas lost to Arizona at home 1-0. Soroka allowed 3 singles over 6 1/3. Dominant start. Seattle, we cashed the ticket on the under 8.5. 3-1, they beat the Astros. Julio Rodriguez homered and Ferrall added 2 hits for the M's. San Francisco bombed the Dodgers in LA 9-3. Devers homered early and drew a bases-loaded walk that broke a 7th-inning tie, and the Giants rolled from there. Adames added a 2-run single in the 7th. The 2-time defending champs have dropped 8 of 12. The Dodgers are slumping. Isn't that awesome? I think it is. Hockey, Colorado is 1 win away from the Western Conference Final. They beat the Wild in St. Paul. We cashed that ticket at -130. 5-2 Avs. Ross Colton and Parker Kelly each scored in the 3rd period. McKinnon an empty netter. That's that. They go home now. Up 3-1 for Game 5 and a chance to wipe out the Wild at the Ball Arena in the Mile High City. Here's what's happening on a Tuesday. 8 o'clock on NBC, the T-Wolves and Spurs in San Antonio off the Riverwalk. Spurs are laying 10.5, 218.5 is the total. Baseball, everything under the lights tonight. Angels at Cleveland, Urena against Ciccone. Yankees in Baltimore, 6:35. Warren Miller ski films against Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. 6:40. Washington at Cincinnati. Nicholas against Lounge Singer. 6:40. Colorado at Pittsburgh. Lorenzen against Skeens Day. Paul Skeens for the Bucks. 6:45. Philly at Boston. Wheeler and Scott Baio. 7:07. Tampa's at Toronto. Dirty Harry McClanahan against Corbin Burns. 7:10. Detroit at the Mets. Flaherty against Peralta. Boy, do the Mets suck. 7:15. Cubs at Braves. The game of the night. Diarrhea against Big John Holmes. 7:40. Kansas City at the White Sox. Kolek against Fetty Cheese. 7:40. San Diego at Milwaukee. Waldron and Sproat. 7:40. Miami's at Minnesota. Perez against Oberwan Kenobi. 8:05. Arizona's at Texas again. Gallon of milk against Tipper Gore. 8:10. Seattle at Houston. Wu-Tang Clan against Amal. 9:40. St. Louis and the A's in Sacktown. Palan against Springwater. 10:10. San Francisco and the Dodgers. Doogie Howser against Yamamoto. 2 Stanley Cup playoff games tonight. 7 o'clock on ESPN. Buffalo down 2-1 in Montreal at the Bell Center. The Habs are -141. That's the Canadians, if you don't know what the Habitants are. The Habitants de la Boue. 6.5 is the total. And at 9:30, the nightcap. Anaheim is in Cincinnati. Beautiful day in Las Vegas, baby. Vegas and the Ducks tied at 2s. This is Game 5. Vegas -153. 6 is the total. It's time for Fast Forward for All in Your Facial, where we do everything that matters and shit that doesn't. Here is the end of the Avs game where they win in St. Paul.
Holding at the half wall. Hoping for Hughes. Pick free by Natchez. Center circle, sets up McKinnon. Scores into the empty net.
Ooh.
McKinnon puts this one away, it seems, for Colorado with a half minute to go.
It sure did, and that was the end of that. All right, how about Rafi Devers at Dodger Stadium? He's now hitting .353 in his last 11 games.
Devers hits a high drive to right. It is out of here.
Gone. How about your boy Rafi Devers getting involved? Here's the end of the Lakers loss.
James against Caruso for the lead. No. Rebound, Hartenstein. It's off to Reeves. Here's the three. Rebound, touchdown to inside.
Fail. That's the end of that. All right, so how about your boy Dump? Cal Raleigh, currently in the longest hitless stretch of any player in baseball this year. He's 0 for 34. So LeBron swept for the 4th time in his career. The brooms were out. 4 times he's been swept. Donovan Mitchell, I told you, tied the all-time record for the most points in a half in the second half. 43 points total. 39 in the second half. That's the tie for the record. And he was 13 of 26 from the floor. That was incredible. The Thunder, by the way, have beaten the Lakers in all 8 meetings this season. I said that earlier. The most consecutive wins against LA in a single season since the 76-77 NBA-ABA merger. Here's the Orioles winning the game.
Swings away, launches a ball. Down the line. Ferrall. Goodbye, 3-run homer. Who cares if he wasn't in the lineup originally? He is now, and he's heading home with an Orioles lead. How about you?
Kobe Mayo getting involved. There you go. So they came out with team predictions in baseball. The Braves are on a 110-plus win pace. The Rays, Cubs, and Yankees on a 100-plus win pace. 90-plus win pace. Dodgers, Padres, Brewers, Cards, Pirates, and Reds. 80-plus win pace. The A's. And then, how about this one? 100-plus loss pace. The Mets. A motion to dismiss charges against the driver accused of killing NHL star Johnny Gaudreau and his brother Matt was denied in court yesterday. The DUI lawyer for this guy, Higgins, he's trying to get him off with the blood alcohol test and plasma and all this other bullshit. It's not going to work. They're going to do whatever they can, the prosecutors, to fry this guy and put him in jail, which is where he belongs after killing both. He ran them both down. He killed both of them on their bikes. Craig Morton, the legendary Denver Bronco quarterback, died on Saturday at the age of 83. He took him to a Super Bowl. By the way, Buffalo will open their new stadium, the Bills, on Thursday Night Football in Week 2 when they host the Detroit Lions. I was looking at longest playoff win streaks since 2000 in the Stanley Cup playoffs. The Red Wings won 9 straight and they won the Cup. The Canes have won 8 straight. Will they win it? We'll see. I think they're going to go to the final. The Bruins and Kings also had 8. The Bruins didn't win the Cup. The Kings did. The Lightning had 8. They didn't win it. They had 8 and they did win it. Once they won it, once they didn't. And 7, the Avs won 7 in a row. The Canes won 7 in a row. And the Blackhawks won 7 in a row. And they all won the Stanley Cup with those streaks. The NFC East rivals are going to clash on Thanksgiving Day. It's the Eagles at the Cowboys at Jerry's World. Bobby Witt Jr., how about this? 11 for 27, hit 407, 3 homers and 4 RBIs for the week. And Christopher Don't Call Me Dirty Sanchez, 15 innings, no runs allowed, a 0 ERA with 17 strikeouts. Your AL and NL players of the week in baseball. How about the most wins in the BCS and college football playoff era with no national titles? These teams never got it done in the BCS or in the playoff. Boise, Oregon, Wisconsin, TCU, Notre Dame, Penn State, Va-Tech, BYU, Utah, and Louisville. The UFC allegedly is close to a deal to book Conor McGregor against Max Holloway for International Fight Week, July 11th in Vegas at UFC 329. They're this close to closing the deal for McGregor Holloway. That'll be violent. Team power rankings in baseball. The Cubs are now number 1 in MLB's power rankings. Then it's the Braves, Dodgers, who've lost 8 of 12. Yankees are 4th. They've lost 4 in a row. The Rays have a 2-game lead over the Yankees. They're number 5. Brewers, who just swept the Yankees, are 6. Padres 7. Cardinals 8. The Pirates are 9th. And the A's are 10. Can you even believe that? How about the Cards and Pirates getting involved? There'll be no further discipline for Wembanyama after he threw his elbow into the throat of Naz Reid the other night in Minnesota. They'll play tonight. He'll play tonight. Chris Boswell of the Steelers, their great kicker, he signed an extension in Pittsburgh, and it ties him with Brandon Aubrey as the highest paid kickers in the league. The deal's worth $28 million, $7 million per year. With Aubrey's deal with Dallas, they're now tied as the highest paid kickers in the league. All right, the PGA Championship starts Thursday outside of Philly in Delaware County. I got your odds right here of who's got the best shot, allegedly, for this thing. Can I finally get it? I mean, honest to God. Here we go. Scotty Scheffler plus 480, McIlroy plus 850, Cameron Forever Young 12-1, Rahm 15-1. He hasn't been playing well though. Schauffele 18-1, DeChambeau 20-1, Fitzpatrick, who's played great, 22-1, Oberg 22-1, Tommy Fleetwood Mac 25-1, Justin Thomas 40-1 with Morikawa and Rose, Koepka also 40-1. Patrick Cantlay 45-1 with Siwoo Kim, and at 50-1 Russell, don't call me Don Henley, and Tyrrell Hatton. The PGA Championship outside of Philly starts Thursday, like I said. With the NFL schedule being released this week, here are the key dates for the 26th season. Thursday, August 6th, the Hall of Fame game, Panthers-Cardinals. Wednesday, September 9th, the season opener, Seahawks will be the host. We don't know who they're playing until this week. And then Sunday, January 10th, 27, the final day of the regular season. Sunday, February 14th of 27. February 14th, the Super Bowl 61 at SoFi in Inglewood in Lipstick City. Connor Griffin of the Pirates has been amazing in his last 16 games. He's hit .364 with 3 homers, 11 RBIs, and 5 stolen bases. How about this? Missouri tailback Ahmad Hardy shot. He's in stable condition. Yeah, the guy got shot at a concert in Mississippi Saturday night. The guy was shot in the upper leg at an outdoor concert that drew a large crowd at a biker club in Laurel, Mississippi. Sounds like a great place to go to a concert, down at the biker club. Cat, your boy Cat Towns of the Knicks during their 7-game win streak. 10 assists, 7 assists, 7 assists, 6 assists, 10 assists, 6 assists, and 10 assists. While averaging 16 points a game and 10 rebounds, he has been dishing the rock for the Knicks, and they look unbelievable. Aaron Judge needs just 34 more home runs to have sole possession of the most 50 home run seasons in MLB history with 5. Oh, this is great. I think I have this footage of Bobby Cox. Here we go.
It was a regular season game.
And now here's Gonzalez. He's got 2 runners on here.
And Bobby sent Leo out to tell Maddox that he wanted to walk Gonzalez. Louis Gonzalez.
That's Jones talking.
Doggy's like, nope, not gonna do it.
He goes, what? He goes, give me 2 pitches, but I think I can pop him up to third base.
He goes, I'm gonna throw him a changeup down and away, first pitch, then I'm gonna throw him a cutter, middle in, and he's gonna hit a pop-up to chipper, and we're gonna get out of this inning. Leo just kind of looks at him, and he looks at the rest of us, and he goes, okay. And he turns around and he walks back to the dugout. And I mean, you can hear Bobby's he's pissed, you know? So sure enough, he throws him change up down and away, ball one, cutter in.
Got under this one a little bit, pops it down the left field line.
And I'm standing underneath the pop-up, just thinking, you have got to be kidding me. Caught it, inning over.
Yeah, there you go. You can't believe Chipper Jones talking about Greg Maddux. What a surgeon he was on the mound. All right, so how about this? The Mets are 500, literally, since 2000. They've gone 2,074 wins, 2,074 losses. That's crazy. The first Sunday night game of the season in the NFL will be September 13th. It'll be the Cowboys at the Giants. Make sure you keep your eyes open for the Profits Max Profit plays or any push plays during the day before games start in the community on profitable.tv. Keep an eye out for my profit play video and my elite video. You get all the plays in the app. Everybody loves the app. Everybody's making money. We're cashing tons of tickets. Let's do it again on a Tuesday night. Shake out. Ooh.